So this week, my choice was Unicorn Wars, guys. Unicorn Wars. Unicorn Wars is a foreign film, okay? A Spanish-French film that's animated, okay? It's pretty sweet, okay? It's just about a bunch of little fucking Care Bears, okay? And they're at war with the unicorns, you see? Once upon a time, they all lived in harmony, and then the fucking Care Bears found God, okay? And the unicorns did not like that very much. They kicked them out of the fucking forest or some bullshit. The magic forest,
yeah.
Yeah, and now they're at war with each other. In this story, we follow the harrowing tale of Bluey and his brother, Tubby, okay? And together...
His parents literally named him Tubby.
Yeah. Yeah, good old Tubby Magoo. So...
Jackson's muted. Rip whatever he just said.
Fat from the start is what I said.
Exactly, yeah.
So throughout this film, we just see these lovable little bears going into a forest to fight some fucking unicorns, and along the way, they all get slaughtered in gory, horrific detail.
That was very upsetting.
Yeah, and in doing so, we see our titular Bluey come to hate the unicorns more and more because he just wants to murder them all so he can become the destined bear who drinks the last unicorn's blood, whereas his brother Tubby, he's a much more loving and compassionate bear. He wants to befriend the unicorns and the other creatures of the forest. And as a result, in the end of the film, their ideals clash, okay? They clash together, and we see that Bluey comes out on top. His murderous intent is more than his brother can bear, and he slaughters the last unicorn as well as his own brother, and as a result, he creates man.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't get the metaphors here. I don't understand what they're trying to say.
What I interpreted it after thinking about it more is that fucking Bluey is supposed to be like evil or something. Tubby's supposed to be good, and then I don't fucking know, whatever. The reindeer was also eaten alive by the monster thing, and he was like nature or something. And they're all three of their powers combined are humans. I don't fucking know. I think that's what they're trying to say. I think it was pretty stupid though.
My interpretation of it personally is that fucking they say in the book of prophecy or whatever that whoever will kill the last unicorn, they'll become like an eternal being or whatever, and in the end, like, you know, this horrific war that happens ends up turning Bluey into a human, and so what I believe that's supposed to represent
a black human, by the way.
Holy shit.
Leading a bunch of monkeys.
Holy shit.
Not a great look, the French.
Yikes, Unicorn Wars, yikes. And so, yeah, I just think that the human is supposed to be representative of, like, the embodiment of, like, a strife and war, you know?
Okay.
And also a little bit of good, a little bit of nature.
I don't believe that part. I think they're just supposed to be...
They were all eaten by the big monster. They're all combining, you know? I think it's stupid for it just to be Bluey taking over.
Yeah, but they were, like, birthed from, like, war itself, you know? And humanity is, like, you know, violent creatures who destroy everything. And so that's the whole idea they're going for, I think.
Yeah, fuck humans. All my homies hate humans.
Exactly.
Facts, absolutely. We should all just fucking die, man. Let's let them deers just take over the world.
Yeah.
Let's let those monkeys take over the world. Those monkeys remind me of the way they draw monkeys in the TV show Primal.
Yeah.
Honestly, a surprising amount of this movie, I was drawing parallels to Princess Mononoke for whatever reason. Mostly with like the fucking nature and like taking over nature thing. There's like a big war between like the fucking residents of the forest and, you know, the humans, I guess the bears in this scenario.
Yeah.
And then also the big black fucking slimy monster that had the exact same shit in Princess Mononoke. It wasn't like the Princess Mononoke one was like fucking poisoning them or something too. You get the idea. And then there was something else, but I'm totally blanking on it. Doesn't really matter. It was very similar to Princess Mononoke for some reason. Oh, the fucking black things. There were like the black monkey things in Princess Mononoke as well. They're very similar to the shadow monster, like the shadow ape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, Bluey lost his mind pretty quickly. Like when he just kind of murders his friend and then and then goes straight to cannibalism. There were still unicorn bodies around he could have eaten first.
I don't think he lost his mind. I think it was already gone from the very start, you know. Bluey was a very he's a fairly psychotic individual, you know, the perfect soldier, as it were.
Yeah, he's a troubled young man.
Yeah. Which, like,
I think I just like
that,
their little bear penises.
Why are they uncircumcised, dude?
Because they're European.
I think it's because they follow the wrong god, and that's why things ended the way that they did.
That makes sense to me.
It is a false prophet that they follow.
Why is all of the writing in English?
I don't know.
Jackson's
So
muted.
some great translation work.
Yeah, that part I couldn't really
okay.
tell you. The French think English is badass.
I guess.
They're big into it. So Tanner, as we like the other week, we had Good Morning Vietnam, and they were very they seem to have like a decently anti-war message there. How'd you feel about this film's anti-war message?
Did they have one?
I definitely
it showed that war was bad.
Yeah,
War bad.
I would 100% think that they had one in this.
Honestly, for me, this movie was very visually striking and kind of neat in like an artistic way. I'm not walking away with many like messages or anything. One thing that was very strange, like watching the credits, is I'm like, it's very strange to see a movie that's basically government funded.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they can afford to make art out in that godforsaken continent.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat, personally. Now, Tanner, you hinted on the art here, okay? And I gotta say, holy shit, this movie is breathtaking at moments, like the fucking... Oh boy, the animation, everything in this film is just fantastic. Like that scene where they get high as fuck off of eating caterpillars. That was sweet, dude. That shit was just jaw-dropping. I was a big fan of that. And then after that...
Fritz the Cat shit.
Exactly, it was Fritz the Cat shit. And then after that, you get the horrific scene of one of the polar bear brothers having murdered the other one in cold blood and then hanging himself after he realized what he did once he came down from his high.
Mm-hmm.
And then got high again, if you catch my drift, and then went down again.
I get it. Just like Robin Williams.
Heyo! Too soon, Tanner. You need to stop making so many fucking Robin Williams suicide jokes, dude. We're gonna get on a list of some kind.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else have any commentary for Unicorn Wars?
Yeah, I think the character motivations were pretty wacky throughout the movie.
What? Like what, Jackson?
For example, they're all horrified, scared, afraid in the forest, right? And then they do the fucking drugs, and then they see somebody die, and then they trudge on. They're even more scared after they see the unicorns massacre a camp of the people that they're going and trying to investigate. And then, like, the very next scene, they're all just, like, sacrificing their lives, throwing it away to fight a single fucking unicorn. In my eyes, if they're that fucking scared and horrified at basically everything that's happening here, why the fuck aren't they just dipping? I cannot believe they kept going through this. And then even, like, when they're seeing all of their, troop members get fucking gored and destroyed by this unicorn, they just keep fucking doing it. And then they just, like, pass over all of that shit. Like, so many of them died, and there's, like, not even an event after that. It was very strange.
Listen, man, they're fucking soldiers, all right?
Yeah.
They went through boot camp to be able to move on with that shit.
They weren't acting like soldiers. And there was a few moments like that. It kind of detracted a lot from the movie for me. I wasn't a huge fan of the character writing it overall. I think the forest was beautiful, though. I think they did a really good job with the animation and all that stuff.
Speaking of the character writing, were the polar bear brothers supposed to be, like, incestually gay?
No, they're just European.
So, yes.
Maybe. Potentially.
We'll blame the French half for putting that in.
Yeah. That one was their contribution. They didn't have anything else to do with the movie, but that was all them.
There was a point in the movie where I thought in my head, are all the characters gay or something? Because I think it was when, like, Tubby started spooning his brother. I'm like, what the fuck? Because that was immediately after the polar bear brothers, like, kissed each other on the mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What is Nico making us watch right now?
That's just how Europeans are, dude. Like, Tanner, if you were out about to go to fucking war and you had your brother there, would you not want to, like,
No.
just hold him tight for comfort?
No.
Come on.
No.
I think you're just a little insecure about your masculinity is all, Tanner. I think that's all that's happening.
It's actually because I'm very secure in my masculinity that I don't want to do non-masculine things.
That sounds like a bigot speaking, Tanner. That sounds like a dirty bigot who's
And?
like, you know, just being a little repressed
And
by society.
so what? Your point? Anyways, that's all my thoughts on Unicorn Wars.
That's fair, dude. I think the Unicorn Wars is sweet. I thought it was a very pretty film, and fucking Bluey's face at the end of the movie when he takes off the mask. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, he's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, Tanner, what are you gonna rate this film?
Come back to me. I literally have no idea.
Okay. Jackson, how about you then, man?
I'm gonna give this movie a B minus.
Yeah?
Yeah. I thought a lot of it was pretty stupid and pointless for the most part, and I didn't like the messaging at the end of it, but I thought it was fun to look at, and I think they did a really good job with the actual production of the movie.
Yeah. Jax, I think you're not going to do a little bit of a switcheroo here from the previous film.
Are you giving it a B plus?
I think I'm going to give it a B plus.
There we go.
All right, Tanner, you ready to keep the old consistency? Give this bad boy an S, and we'll move on.
I definitely am not gonna do that. It's so tough because like the big standout thing is obviously the visuals.
It's so pretty.
It sure is. I don't know how much I really like it beyond that though.
You didn't think the gory scenes were cool?
They were all right. I think just looking over my movie rankings, I think I'm gonna give it an A.
Fair, dude. That's higher than I expected you to give it, honestly.
Yeah, off of just the visuals, that's surprisingly high.
Yeah. They were just that good.
Well, nothing else was really a detraction from it.
That's fair. And guess what, guys? That puts it at a B plus.
Holy shit.
Our comfort ranking, which is actually not our comfort ranking anymore. A minus is apparently our comfort ranking. We have so many fucking A minus movies.
Fantastic.
Nice.